Hello, good evening. Welcome to the BBC News at 6. Branding on cigarette packets is set to be banned across the UK and replaced by plain packaging. The announcement follows an independent review which said the move would help reduce smoking and make cigarettes less attractive to young people. A further consultation is due to be carried out on the plans, but the law is expected to be approved before the next general election. Our medical correspondent Fergus Walsh reports.
It looks revolting, and that's the point. This is what's meant by plain packaging. Drab packs dominated by health warnings, devoid of branding. This is how cigarettes are sold in Australia.
So the package has to change, the pictures have to change.
An eminent paediatrician asked by government to assess the idea believes it will lead to a modest reduction in smoking.
If you produce the cigarettes in a packet which is frankly horrible, you will reduce the appeal of the product, you will increase the perception of the health warning, the salience of the health warning, and you will make people think much more about the risks of smoking. And that's what the evidence shows.
I think kind of slightly encourage young people to do it.
This is about deterring children from taking up smoking. So what do these pupils in North London think of branded versus plain packaging?
It would really just put you off it, and compared to this, it doesn't have much. I just think that people will think it's cool, so they'll just carry on smoking with this.
That kind of makes it look like smoking's cool.
Yeah, because
the brand of it all looks cool, whereas that doesn't look that interesting.
And if you're looking for a cigarette then, and you really are quite desperate to get one, the packaging won't put you off too badly.
The past decade has seen a ban on smoking in public places and moves to restrict tobacco displays in shops. Removing branding is part of this war against tobacco. After several reviews and years of delay, it now seems certain that plain packaging of tobacco in packs like these from Australia will be introduced across the UK. The only questions are when and how it will be done in a way that deters the tobacco industry from launching a legal challenge. But for the pro-smoking lobby funded by the tobacco industry, this is another example of the nanny state.
Clearly the evidence does not exist that justifies this legislation. David Cameron said he wanted to cut down on excessive regulation. Well, this is both excessive and it's unnecessary.
A clean cigarette that's kind to your throat.
This is how cigarettes used to be marketed. But 1 in 2 long-term smokers are killed by their habit. Plain packaging reflects that stark reality.
Well, Fergus is with me. So talk us through the reasoning for this decision, Fergus.
Well, more than 200,000 children under 16 take up smoking every year. Now, this independent review has concluded that about 2% of those might be deterred by plain packaging. That may not sound very much, but it's 4,000 child smokers a year. And crucially, the review also found that it won't lead to an increase in illicit sales. That's what's convinced the government. Now, the government's blown hot and cold on this issue. David Cameron was initially enthusiastic, then it was shelved, left out of the Queen's speech, and he was accused of putting the tobacco lobby before public health. So this is in effect a U-turn on a U-turn. But I'm told the issue is now settled. Scotland is committed to introducing plain packaging, and we'll see it across the UK with firm proposals, I think, within a matter of months.
Fergus, thank you. Fergus Walsh. Ambulance services say there has been a rise in 999 calls from people with